Hi, everyone. Mike Allegre for FullAccessSports.com. And this week, as we head to Eastern Washington, we're taking the Bearcats to Spokane and then Walla Walla on Saturday night. And with me, head coach Peg Swadener of the Lady Bearcats. And if you weren't listening, at least last Saturday night, and I'm sure many of you were, but if you weren't, I was right on the edge of going crazy or maybe shedding a tear because we were ready to defeat PLU, coach. And we lose by 4. Take us to the last, we'll say 5 to 8 minutes of clock time, or the last 3 minutes of the game. We were that close. I mean, we came back. We were down.
We were there, you know, and I'll take you through the whole game a little bit because
we only got 5 or 6 minutes.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, ultimately, we played a great first half. Came out in the second half, and it was really the first 4 minutes in the second half where we kind of lost it a little bit. We had a tough time securing defensive rebounds. We had a tough time securing loose balls, lots of tie-ups, lots of missed opportunities in those first 4 minutes. And second halves are difficult for us. We've been in situations where we've had the lead going into a second half, and we just, you know, we're not confident in the second half. So we really, those first 4 minutes in the second half is what dictated the rest of the game. So we went down, when we lost the lead with about 16 minutes to go in the second half, our girls started hanging their heads and their shoulders rolling, and that's where we really need to learn to step up. And we've talked before that basketball's a game of runs. Teams are going to make a run at us. We can go in, we can execute a game plan now, we can get the lead. Teams will respond, and now we need to step up and respond to their response. And that's what we need to work on next. So the rest of the game, yeah, we got down 5 or 6. We fought back and forth, fought back and forth, fought back and forth. And then in the last 3 minutes, when it came down to execution, defensive rebounds, eliminating any threes, that's where we started to see some slips a little bit. A couple of turnovers that we didn't really need. A couple of errant shots that, you know, probably shouldn't have taken, a couple of missed opportunities on defensive boards, and, you know, those add up, and it ended up slipping through our fingers at the end.
A 4-point loss at PLU is not bad. I can recall a game 8 or 9 years ago when Laura Payne was part of this team where they won it near the hour at the buzzer with free throws. So we know what it's like to win up there. We know they're beatable. And I think they're a beatable team. I think the next time you play them, we could get the W.
Well, I hope so. You know, we got to take one game at a time and one day at a time and work on getting better. The things that we're learning from that game is we need to secure those rebounds. We need to get those loose opportunities, those loose balls. And we need to have the confidence to get them and clear them out, to own the court in that situation, to have confidence and presence on the court. And it starts with just those little things with the loose balls and the rebounds. And if we can continue getting better at that, yes, I think that's one of those games that I'm excited to have.
Well, excited always to go up to Spokane. It's always tough to play in the big cavernous area up there. It'll be a first time for you, but you're going to play against a former Duck, not with you. She's a little older. In fact, you knew her from basketball camp, Helen Higgs.
Yes, back when I was 10, she was my camp counselor at the University of Oregon basketball camp. So I've known her for a lot of years. And
she's certainly a wonderful coach, 19 seasons up there. When you see what you've got to take on with the Pirates, they've got a lot of tools up there.
They're a lot, very heavy on the perimeter side. Every single one of those girls can shoot the 3. They like to shoot the 3. They're accurate with the 3. They're on the perimeter. We got to cover out on that. Very well coached and well balanced team. You know, it's not like there's one player or 2 players that we need to shut down specifically like some of the other teams we've played. It's going to take a full team effort. It's going to take some aggressiveness on the perimeter and ability to close out on shooters, and then, you know, the things we've been working out, boxing out and securing the rebound.
To begin to mention any team names goes to about 8 or 9 deep. Nobody averages double figures for the Pirates this year. The highest is 9, the lowest is 6, and everybody else that plays 8 or 9 is in between. But there are several players that do stand out. One is Miss Pika. She can shoot the ball well. She throws the ball well, but she has she's so deep that I think she has a starting 7, maybe a starting 8.
Yeah, and I think that she's similar to us in that she's trying to find some consistency amongst the players, and any one of them can start on any given point of night. I think that she changes up the lineups a little bit based on matchups that she's playing against. Similar to us, and they're playing confident, and they're well coached, and they're playing well together, and, you know, and
they're at home.
And they're at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when we talk about what we've seen in the last few weeks, you've taken starters, you've made them non-starters, and they are contributing. I start with Mac Lamson. I can think of 2 more.
Yeah, you know, and Mac's had a really good weekend, and that's something that we needed. We need some production out of that 4 position, and she has the ability. She's a very strong offensive presence, but what we need from her is a few more rebounds and a few more defensive stops, and she's improved those things. And if she can improve those things and continue to produce on the offensive end, you know, she's going to fight her way back in.
but I sure like her playing off the bench. I think you have
yeah,
as well.
She's been great. She's actually absolutely been great, and she's been so fun to coach because she's trying to do those things that we're asking her to do, and she's getting after it in practice, and she's getting some shots up, and that's what we're seeing with the production on the offensive end. And she's a multiple threat in that she can shoot the three, she can put it off the dribble, and she can create with her back to the basket. And so I like to have her on the floor for sure.
Now, as we talk early in the midweek, you're struggling with some sickness, like a lot of teams are. 3 or 4 ladies not at practice today. Hopefully by Friday things will be better, but we're talking starters that are in a situation and ladies that come right off the bench that have been sick, Mac not being one of them.
No. We've got 3 kids right now that showed up this afternoon, and they're not feeling particularly well, and fatigue and body ache, and of course I'm freaking out about that because I'm like, oh my gosh, the flu's going around. We're about to spend 12 hours on the bus together. But send them home, get some rest, get some fluids, making sure our girls are washing their hands and doing things that they need to do to keep themselves healthy, and we'll keep our fingers crossed.
And right now, as you get ready to take this trip, some of them have taken it, some of them have not. You've got some leaders out there. We have JoJo DeLong at halftime this weekend. We're running with her. Really improved in terms of her ability to lead and speak out on the floor. Julia Brand playing exceptionally well, still has been, as you imagine. So you've still got the tools. You're just sharpening them up each week.
Oh, yeah. And something else we need to pay attention to, we have 10 sophomores on this team. So that's a lot of youth, and you have a new coach, a new system, and 10 sophomores. So yes, we're going to continue getting better every single game, every single day, and now we're starting to see that. At this point of the season, now it's fine-tuning the things we already have, taking care of the little things, learning how to finish games, time and score situations, the fine-tuning. So yeah, practices are much more detail-oriented at this point, yeah.
And we've been noticing that. Plus, it's just playing a lot better. And again, on the road. We're out of Washington. We're out of the 9899 zip code after this weekend. But we start with Whitworth on Friday night with the Pirates with head coach Peg Swadener. Good luck, Coach. Let's get something.
Thank you.
You betcha. Coach Swadener, I'm Mike Allegre. Thanks for joining us, everybody, here on the Bearcat Sports Network and FullAccessSports.com.